This question will first go to Senator McEachin and then to Sheriff Wade. Do you support your party's nominee for president? Why or why not? And how would your agenda in Congress change based on who wins the presidential election on November 8th?
The success of my agenda might change, but my agenda won't change. I will still be very concerned about the environment. I'll still be concerned about workers' rights and wages. I'll still be concerned about women's health care. I'll still be concerned about deploying rural broadband throughout the district. I'll still be concerned about high-speed rail. I think the success of that agenda depends on who's in the White House. And I wholeheartedly support Hillary Clinton to be our next president of the United States. As the president has said, and as her husband Bill Clinton has said, she is more prepared for this job than any candidate in history. And I think it's notable that as far as I've heard, I have not heard one former president endorse the other candidate. So I am proud to stand with Hillary Clinton. I'm with her.
Sheriff Wade, how do you feel about your party's presidential nominee, and how would it affect your agenda depending on who is elected?
Well, he is our party's choice, that he was chosen by the people. He wasn't my choice, but I will stand behind him. And as I watched the debate last night, I even more wanted to stand behind him because of some of the responses that Secretary Clinton had, especially in the right to life, when they talked about partial birth, abortion in the late stages. It made me sick. And although I don't like the things that Mr. Trump has said, I don't like a lot of some of the things he's done, I think of the fact that I've got a 14-year-old grandson that wants to go in the military and in 4 years will be ready. And I think he's the one that will put the military back to the way it is. Now, I think also that if he's not elected, I will be a good checkup in Washington for the district. And I'll fight for things like mental health and substance abuse, which need to be done. And I think it's a bipartisan issue that we can get something done in the country about.
Senator McEachin?
You know, the notion of being a check on Hillary Clinton, we've seen what the check on Barack Obama amounted to, gridlock. We've seen no progress in the Congress. What we need are people in the Congress who are willing to stand up for what they believe in and push back, even if that person is in their political party. You know, there are hundreds of, well, maybe not hundreds, but there are a number of Republicans who have now left the Trump camp. Patriots like John McCain, for instance, have left the Trump camp over all the things that have happened over the past few months. I don't know why it's taken him so long to leave, but he's left. And so, again, I don't think that the notion of a check on Hillary Clinton is an answer. We're talking about gridlock. That is another word for gridlock.
Anything further, Sheriff Wade?
I think I talked about the things that I wanted to work with bipartisanship, but there are some things that she would want that I totally disagree with. And I think there's things that she supports that many of the citizens of the 4th District do. And, you know, you're talking bad about Mr. Trump, but Hillary doesn't have a clean record. She's got a huge problem with some of the things that she's done, and both of them have issues. So just to address, you know, I've said what I didn't like about Mr. Trump. Are you willing to say what you don't like about Hillary Clinton?
Do I get to respond, or it's totally in y'all's ballpark?
You may respond.
All right. You know, I admire Hillary's 30 years of service of trying to move the ball forward. And is she a perfect human being? Absolutely not. And none of us are perfect human beings. But, you know, when I look at the two candidates and I look at her record of accomplishment over 30 years, I am not embarrassed in the least to stand with Hillary.